After helping the girl escape, they rest in a dark alley. The girl introduces herself as a vampire Lishka, hearing that Tokumitsu thought why he ends up with supernatural beings, but then he sees her red contact lens falls out one after the other, so she makes excuses like her eyes got dry and accidentally said it was worth 1,500 yen, which Tokumitsu hears and confronts her. She tries to dismiss it. He thinks she's a nutcase, so he asks where he should drop her. She says in the cafe she works. Near the cafe, she insists him to stay, but he thinks Tawa is waiting for him, so he runs away. She thinks he has a good smell. Later, Shintaro tells Tawa about it, how the girl has a main character syndrome, where the world revolves around her to thinks it's great. After that, they sleep, but during night, someone is licking Tokumitsu. When he checks, he find out it's the girl from before, and he shouts, "Tawa, ask who she is." He says, "The girl I meet before." He asks, "Where did she came from?" She points towards balcony. He sees the window has hole. Now he asks her to leave, but she demands to lick him or sniff him one more time, and then she will go bit. He says no. Tawa says it's nice to see a vampire, but he says she's not. But then he sees her fly and believes she really is one. She says she doesn't want blood. She cares about other boundary, and she can live with drinking anything red. So when Shintaro tried to look for something, she couldn't control herself and jumps onto Shintaro. But in the end, she didn't go and sleeps with them. Early morning, Tawa notices Lishka isn't there, so she gets panicked. She thinks she might be burnt due to sunlight, which also makes Shintaro sad. He thinks about it all day in school. He thinks he should check her on that cafe while walking. Tsumugi grabs him from behind to check if he is doing well. She thinks he looks gloomy because of final exam studies, but he was not. He was shocked that FINA exams are near, so he asked her for notes later during lunch break. His friend asked him to bring him pudding since he's going to cafeteria. After grabbing everything on the way, he felt hungry, so he sat down on bench and starts eating. He has some rice on his cheeks, which Lishka licks it off. And this shocks Shintaro. He asks, "Did you follow me?" She says she is from class 2, and he is from class 1. She sniffed his scent and followed him. She thanks him for believing in her, and also she insists on come and live with him. But before he says anything, he remembers he has to give pudding, so he runs away to class. In class, he asks if someone knows her, so some girls tells him her name is Kagami, and she's funny because the first time she introduced herself as vampire, then Tsumugi points her, "Isn't that her outside class?" She runs away, seeing them after class ends. Tsumugi offers Shintaro notes, which he gladly accepts, and behind her, he sees a bat, which tells him to follow him, so he runs after it to reach a class, and Yuki also sees him going, where Lishka is present inside the room. Lishka orders Shintaro to become her servant, but he rejects it, so she says, "Aren't you glad that you can become the junior of such a cute bat?" He says no and asks why she is doing it. She says she wants to sniff him her whole life and offers him ticket for going out with her. After that, she gets tired of negotiations and forces him to let her sniff her. But the door opens and the two girls fall off who were following him. They notice vampire Yuki felt excited to see a vampire, and they both can't believe they exist. Yuki tells her she is a fan of vampires, and Tsumugi asks Shintaro, "Did you plan on meeting more supernatural?" Being Lishka apologized to him for causing trouble for him, but she really wants a friend. Hearing this, Shintaro thinks it might be hard life for a vampire, so he offers her to come by his home sometime, and from the front door, and also no sniffing in school. Hearing this, she became happy, and Yuki also asked him to come his home, while Tsumugi thinks she can't even ask that. It's the end of Shintaro's final exams, and they are relaxing in clubroom Shintaro, and the others thanks Tsumugi for teaching them for exams. She blushed due to compliments. After that, Yuki suggests going to cafe to celebrate, and everyone agrees. Before that, Shintaro asks, "Where are the clubs?" Other members, Lishka tells him they aren't present. When Shintaro opens the door accidentally, the girl outside falls onto him, and he thinks he made her cry. But Lishka introduces her as Hisui. Then Shintaro introduces himself, but she shy away later on the way. Lishka tells him how some members were senior, and they are gone to other school. So if he wants, he can be a member. They will provide AC room and cold drinks, but he refuses. But other girls look interested on the way they see some festival happening there, so they all go in. But Lishka had most of the fun, and she asks Shintaro to let her sniff him, but he denies it. She asks her Luz, worried, so he tells her he feels like Hisui is scared of him, so she says maybe because he saw her panties, but she denied it after that. They go to try and eat food on the way. Shintaro sees cold cucumber, and Hisui also looks like she wants it, so he buys 2 and have her one and try to leave. But Hisui says he's thinking wrong. But before she can finish talking, all the girls came back and started going during evening. They all talk about how much fun they had, and Lishka looking at the sundown. Start giving poses. Shintaro sees it, and thought she's going to fall, so he tried to save her, but he falls into the water because Lilishka can fly. Seeing this, Hisui jumps to save him, where Shintaro is drowning and she pulls him out. Everyone comes to see how he's doing. Even Lilishka apologizes, and Hisui tells him she isn't scared of him. It's just she has never talked to boys, so she felt nervous. So Shintaro says it's okay. He understands it's been a good day. But Tsumugi stops. They all see a halo behind Hisui. Head they think she is an angel, but she actually a Kappa. And Lilishka tells him she is a special Kappa. But Hisui thinks everything is over for her. But Yuki tells her they are the same. And she doesn't have to worry. They all will keep it a secret. So she feels better, and later Toa comes and gets really excited to see a Kappa for the first time. Please subscribe for the next episode.